Hi guys, I am here to finally do a tutorial and to give you more information on the giveaway of this Harry Josh Ultralight Pro blow dryer. This is the blow dryer I've been using for the last 2 years, so pretty much ever since I've been working at Goldfinch, and I love it. There's a lot of things I love about it. It's really lightweight. It's very short, which for me in the salon is very ergonomic. I don't have to like overextend. But it also just means it's gonna be a really compact, easy to travel with, just good for everyday use blow dryer. It's exceptionally good at smoothing the hair. It heats up really hot, so we're gonna do some like setting techniques today in this video a little bit so you can kind of get a sense of what that's good for. And I thought it'd just be fun to show you guys how I use this on my own hair. There's a few things we're gonna use today that are also from Harry Josh. I have the Harry Josh diffuser. I have this diffuser as well as a mesh diffuser from YS Park. I like them for different reasons. This is going to help achieve a little bit more volume, but at the cost of a little bit of frizz. I personally like a little bit of frizz, so I'm okay with that. But if you're going for like maximum smoothing, you could go for a mesh or sock diffuser like the one that I use at the salon. And then we'll utilize these wave setting clips from Harry Josh as well. There's lots of different brands that do these. These are a little bit bigger than some of the other ones I've used, but they just help to give a little bit of definition to the shape. And I also have this brush from Harry Josh that I ordered recently. It's gonna be, you know, in the same kind of category as a like Mason Pearson, although not nearly as expensive. So it has like the mixed bristles, and this is going to be good for finishing hair. I'm going to use it a little bit at the end, but it's definitely something I use once my hair is completely dry and I'm going in and detailing it. So the first thing I want to do is unbox this and show you guys what this comes with. So we got the box here, and so there's two of these. One that I'm going to use on my demo today that I'll be keeping to use in the salon because mine was kind of ready for replacement, but there's another one that one of you guys are going to win if you participate in the raffle. So the raffle originally kind of was just an idea because I've had a lot of people ask about this blow dryer, but it's a hefty price tag at about $350 on dermstore.com. As a professional tool, it makes a lot of sense, but that's a big investment for just like everyday personal use. But with just like a small donation, you can have a chance of winning one yourself and having it. And it comes with a 2-year warranty through Dermstore, which I've actually had to utilize before because I'm clumsy and I drop things. But they are so awesome about replacing things if anything goes wrong. So yeah, let's open this baby up. Okay, so inside there is the blow dryer itself. You can see how small it is, and it actually comes with 2 nozzles. So I personally kind of always stick with the shorter nozzle because I find that that's just more ergonomic and comfortable for me to use on a daily basis. But it does also come with a longer nozzle if you want that. This is going to like get less heat to the hair, like if you're doing like a smooth by smooth blow dryer on yourself. This might be a good option because it's going to be, you know, more time from the heat coming straight out from the dryer itself to the nozzle. So they're good. I prefer this one, but it's nice to have both. It doesn't come with the diffuser, which I understand because not everyone needs a diffuser, but the Harry Josh diffuser is on dermstore.com as well if that's something you're interested in, or you can go for a sock diffuser, which fits universally on all blow dryers, which is why another reason I love them. So I'm gonna get this guy all put together and I'm gonna show you how I style my hair with it. Okay, so I have my blow dryer plugged in. So I washed my hair, cleansed my hair with Hair Story about probably 30 minutes or so. I waited as long as possible to put this in my hair because I didn't want to lose too much of the moisture, and when I pull it out I actually might spritz it down. But I went ahead and already prepped my hair with a few products. I started with the Recovery Hair Oil from Reverie. I am really enjoying Reverie's products. They smell so beautiful. And the milk is definitely my go-to for days that I just want my hair to like dry and be soft and my waves look nice and beautiful, but I'm not trying to look like super styled. This one's just a nice recovery, you know, moisturizing oil for the hair. I still have some highlights left over, which you'll see are like a funny faded green color because they were green for a minute. I had fun with that. So they're kind of funny looking, but we're making sure to moisturize them and treat them. I also, at the root of my hair, use some of the Kevin Murphy Bodybuilder. I absolutely love this product. It's funny because I don't sell it very much, maybe because this thing lasts like a year or longer if you use it all the time. I did like a pretty good like dollop, almost a handful size, and I work this in around my bangs and around the base of my hair where I want a little bit more volume. And I especially love this because once it dries into the hair, it's kind of sticky when you're working with it, but once it dries into the hair, it doesn't feel like crunchy or moussey or anything like that. It just gives overall like really beautiful body to the hair. Kind of works by like plumping up each individual hair, making it feel fuller and thicker. So I will be using a few more products. When I put my hair down, I'm gonna kind of re-moisten it with some Staying Alive. Staying Alive is one of my all-time favorite products. It's often the first thing I put in my hair, although it wasn't today. I feel like it really works almost like a primer to make all of your other products work even more effectively. It helps with frizz control. It has a lot of antioxidants. It's also a great product for your scalp. It has ingredients like burdock root that help with stimulation and circulation. So this is just like one of those products I feel like anyone and everyone could benefit from it. I also say that sometimes you don't know how much you need Staying Alive until you stop using it, because it's such a like lightweight product that sometimes it doesn't feel like it's doing all that much. This is also another go-to for me on days where I'm not cleansing my hair, but I'm just dampening it down and restyling. And then I'm going to use like my all-time favorite go-to texture product, which is Motion Lotion from Kevin Murphy. Okay guys, sorry I interrupted. I forgot to turn off Do Not Disturb and my sister called me. But I was just saying how much I love Motion Lotion. It's super touchable, it's curl enhancing, it's frizz control. I feel like you can kind of sculpt the hair into whatever you want it to be with this. I like to use it on like dry hair even, and kind of squeeze it in for some extra frizz control. It has natural sunscreen in it, so it's protecting the hair against damage like all Kevin Murphy products are. So this is just the one I always go back to. I literally own a liter of it for myself. Abe also loves it too. It's what he often uses on his hair to get a little bit of control without too much like curly. So okay, let's get some hairs did. So I'm gonna pull this guy out. So I'll just shake it out. So one of the first things I try to do when I get out of the shower is actually comb my bangs down. And you'll notice they're like, whoop, they're doing this little thing. That's because I actually combed them down when I wrapped my hair and made sure not to just like wrap it with it back like this, because I, like many people, have a super gnarly cowlick that will just split open if you pull it back. So I'm trying to encourage it not to do that. So let me see. I'm using like a medium to wide tooth comb. I actually combed my hair with the hair story in it when I was in the shower, so it's detangling really easily right now. It's a little drier than I want, so I'm gonna go ahead and mist it and then also add a little Staying Alive. I love this mister. Mister. I use it for my hair, especially when I'm like restyling, but I also use it for my plants. You can see some of my collection back there. If you guys want a plant tour, let me know. That's pretty much what all I've been doing since I've been home, is buying plants and repotting them and enjoying having something to take care of since I can't take care of you guys right now. Okay, so that's pretty wet again. Let's go ahead and mist it with some Staying Alive. And I just want to make sure I'm getting everything right. Kind of reactivating the products that are already in the hair as well. And then let's go in with my fave, Motion Lotion. You can use this product pretty liberally, you don't have to, but I find that you get good results if you do. And I'm gonna show you how I like to put the product in to get like maximum frizz control and to get the kind of like finish that I want, because my hair can be really curly if I want it to be. If I want it to be maximum curly, I would just literally not even use a comb, just use my fingers to detangle it after the shower. While it's sopping wet, that's when I would put the product in and just like let it, either I would diffuse it part the way or just let it air dry and then shake it out. When I want a little bit more of a wave and not so much of like a true curl, that's usually what I'm going for. I'm gonna go in more with this technique. So I'll start with that. I'm gonna definitely use more. First thing, I just kind of want to go in and get everything covered. So I'm not really aiming for any particular spot, but I'm gonna kind of flip back and forth, hands open, combing through. I'm gonna do another dollop, this time focusing more on the top of the hair because that's where it gets the frizziest. For me, it's really frizzy in here. And then I'm kind of squeezing it into the hair. Like, our hair is a sponge, right? So we want it to absorb all the yummy stuff. And we want it to not just sit on the surface of the hair, but get in there as much as possible. And because I'm not scared of breaking up my curls, and in fact I want to keep them from getting too curly, I'm gonna go ahead and comb that through. Also kind of starting to, while the hair is wet, comb the bangs in the direction I want. So like when it comes to bangs, so much of it is like wherever your hair starts drying is where it's gonna want to live. So if you have it pulled up and then you're trying to get your bangs to cooperate with you, it's not gonna happen. You really gotta work with them while they're. So this side's fine because I kind of already was training it to do that in the thing. But I'm literally pushing here and I'm using my fingers as something to kind of create that shape with. So I want to just kind of start there. It's gonna come out of place and we're gonna have to redo it. So I'm gonna do just a little more Motion Lotion. We've already put a good amount in. And at this point, I'm gonna kind of work section by section. And so I'm doing this technique again where I'm pulling my fingers through, but notice I'm putting tension on my hair. So what I'm doing is I'm like combing, but also by pushing that tension onto the hair, it's sealing down the frizz. And so I'm gonna do that through that section. And then I'm gonna grab the ends of the hair and I'm just gonna shake it. And you can see the curls really kind of start to take their form that way. I still have a good amount of product on my hair, so I'm gonna do the same thing. Using my fingers as combs and pushing or squeezing the hair as I go to seal down the cuticle. There's a lot of names for this technique. Different brands have described it as different things. I learned it as noodling at the class that I went to last summer in Minneapolis. But you know, some people call it rake and shake. I find my hair looks really good when I do it, and it's been my new favorite thing for clients. Initially, if you guys know me from when I worked at Maru, I was trained to individually twirl every section of hair to set wave. And every time we do it, people would be like, oh, that looks so great, but I'm never gonna do that. So I like showing people this because it doesn't take very long, and it's totally something you can do at home. And I'm leaning over because that's kind of like the equivalent to flipping upside down without the lightheadedness. And last time. And so some people like to gather all of the hair and kind of push it up with the diffuser. I don't really do that. I like to kind of do this and lift and kind of get into the base of the hair. a little bit, kind of seeing what it's doing. And so I think I'm going to switch to my mesh diffuser because I want to get the ends a little bit dry, but I really just kind of got more in at the roots so far. I'm also going to use some of these little clippies. Look how cute that little bag is. So these are the types of clips that are designed to not indent the hair. My hair doesn't indent very easily, but finer hair types definitely do. So I'm gonna kind of start thinking about where I want these hairs to live, and I'll use the clips to give them the shape I'm going for. So, obviously the kind of 70s bangs have been in for a minute. Mine are cut pretty straight across right now, but they can still be kind of pushed in a way that it accentuates that sort of shape. So we got this like S curve here, right? So I want to accentuate that, and I want it to dry with that. So I'm kind of like finding where that naturally happens and kind of pushing it in. Okay. And then I'm gonna kind of pinch it a little bit so it doesn't get too flat, but you can see how that's going to just kind of hold that shape. Let's keep going. I'm gonna switch to my mesh diffuser. So when I'm using my mesh diffuser, I put it over this. So I put my nozzle on. This one is from YS Park. I really love it. The only thing is because this dryer gets so hot, you want to just be careful of it not getting too hot because this blocks all the airflow, so the heat really builds up in there. So I might start on the higher setting, but I usually end up putting it down to the medium because even under medium it gets really hot. So let's actually just go for the medium. Okay, so I can feel that it's getting closer to being dry, but it's also starting to get a little bit frizzy. So this is the point where I'm gonna say, feels good. I'm going to let it air dry a little bit more. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hit it with some heat, just kind of in circles around my head. That may seem like a little scary, like it's gonna get frizzy, but a little frizz at the root is gonna mean volume. So I'm gonna do that a little bit now, and then I'll do a little bit of that again once the hair's completely dry. Alright guys, I'll be back. Okay guys, so it's probably been like an hour or so. There's the littlest bit of dampness just up in here. For the most part, it's pretty much dry, so I'm gonna go ahead and just kind of start taking everything out. First thing I'm gonna do is take the guys out. And you can see, I already got some cute little flippy bits going there. And then just flip over and kind of shake everything out. And then I'm gonna do my little circles again. if I was going for ultra curly, I could stop there. I can play with it some more. I'm gonna put a little sea salt spray. I have the Davines one here at the roots. And then hit it one more time. I'm just gonna give this even a little more body, and I like to do this especially in my bangs where I want it to look the fullest. Okay, and then I'm just gonna do some little detailing with my brush. If I didn't feel like this was flipping the way I wanted to, I could give it like a nice bend. Kind of create a little bit of a softer finish. So I'm gonna kind of lightly, not like pushing all the way through, but just using kind of the tips of those bristles. I'm gonna start brushing it out. I especially like to brush out the underneath bits because it helps to give length. And I'm kind of coming from the back and fluffing up here. This guy doesn't feel like cooperating. And then I'll take one more little bit of motion lotion. And just squeezing it in first. Little extra frizz control. So this is an example where if this guy was really bothering me and I was like going out and really cared, I could take the curling iron just to that one little spot here. I don't mind. All right, guys, so that's how I would kind of style my hair with the Harry Josh blow dryer and a diffuser and some really yummy products. I hope that was fun for you guys to watch. Okay,